গৌরামার যে সব স্থানে করালো ভ্রমণারঙ্গে সে সব স্থান হেরিব আমি প্রণয়ী ভকত সঙ্গে মৃদঙ্গবাদ্য শুনিতে মানা অবসর সদা যাচে গৌরবিহিতা কীর্তন শুনি আনন্দে হৃদয় নাচে যুগল মূর্তি দেখিয়া মোরা পরমানন্দ হোয়া প্রসাদ সেবা করিতে হয়া সকল প্রপঞ্চ যায় যেদিন গৃহে ভজন দেখি গৃহেতে গোলোক ভায়া চরণ সিধো দেখিয়া গঙ্গা সুখান সীমা পায়া তুলসী দেখি জুড়ায় প্রাণ মাধব তো শনি জানি গৌর প্রিয়া সক সেবানে জীবন সার্থক মানি ভক্তি বিনোদা কৃষ্ণ ভজনে অনুকূল পায়া যাহা প্রতিদিবাসে পরম সুখে স্বীকার করো তাহা হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Dust from the lotus feet of pure devotees is conducive to devotional service. While service to the Vaishnavas is itself the supreme perfection and the root of the tender creeper of divine love, I observe with great care the holy days like Ekadasi and Janmashtami, for they are the mother of devotion. As my dwelling place, I choose with the greatest of reverence and love the transcendental abode of Sri Krishna. All those places where my Lord Gaurasundara traveled for pastimes, I will visit in the company of loving devotees. My mind always begs for the opportunity to hear the music of the mridanga. Upon hearing the kind of kirtan ordained by Lord Gaurachandra, my heart dances in ecstasy. By beholding the deity forms of the divine couple, Sri Radha Krishna, I feel the greatest joy. By honoring the Lord's prasad, I conquer over all worldly illusions. Goloka Vrindavan appears in my home whenever I see the worship and service of the Lord Hari going on there. Upon seeing the Ganges, which is a river of nectar emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord, my happiness knows no bounds. The sight of the holy Tulasi tree soothes my soul, for I know she gives pleasure to Lord Krishna. By honoring Shak, a green leafy vegetable preparation, a dear favorite of Lord Chaitanya, I consider life worthwhile. Whatever Bhakti Vinod obtains that is conducive to the services to Sri Krishna, he accepts every day with the greatest of joy. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. We are reading from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, the chapter named Unlimited Opportunity, Limited Time. Los Angeles, June 23rd, 1969. After leaving New Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada visited his center in Los Angeles, where he installed the deities of Radha and Krishna. Although, as he had told his disciples in London, the primary factor was Sankirtan, deity worship was also necessary. In his writings, Prabhupada had discussed the need for deity worship, and he had gradually introduced higher and higher standards of deity worship in each of his ISKCON centers. Los Angeles, having become the model ISKCON center, was the natural place for him to introduce a more opulent and demanding standard for worshipping Radha and Krishna. While more than 100 devotees and guests sat in the spacious hall, Prabhupada bathed and dressed the little forms of Radha and Krishna, then placed them on the altar. He was inviting Radha and Krishna to descend, to give his disciples the opportunity to serve them. He was offering his disciples Radha and Krishna with faith that his disciples would not neglect them. If the devotees somehow lost their enthusiasm, Prabhupada explained in his lecture, then the worship would become like idol worship. If there is no life, then it is idol worship. When there is life, feeling, then you can think, where is Krishna? Here is Krishna. Oh, I have to serve him. I have to dress him. I have to serve Radharani. She is here. Oh, I just have to do it very nicely and as far as possible, decorate her to the best capacity. If you think like this, then you are Krishna conscious. But if you think that it's a brass made doll or idol, then Krishna will reciprocate with you accordingly. If you think that this is a brass made idol, then it will remain brass made idol to you forever. But if you elevate yourself to a higher platform of Krishna consciousness, then Krishna, this very Krishna, will talk to you, will talk with you. This Krishna will talk with you. With each visit to each center, Prabhupada gave the devotees more service, deepening their commitment to Krishna. All the various services were actually the spiritual master's responsibility. He said, and when a disciple cleaned the temple or performed any service, he did so as the spiritual master's assistant. And any job done improperly was the spiritual master's anxiety. If the devotees whimsically changed the deity worship or neglected the temple, then Prabhupada, more than any disciple, would feel distress. Whenever Prabhupada saw a disciple eager to take on more of the anxiety of preaching Krishna consciousness, he would assign that devotee greater responsibility. Anxiety for serving Krishna, Prabhupada said, was the greatest satisfaction. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur had said, the trouble I encounter in your devotional service, I will consider the greatest happiness. Satisfaction for the devotee, Prabhupada explained, lay in pleasing the previous spiritual masters, and that was best accomplished by preaching to the fallen souls. To the degree that the devotees carried out that order, they would satisfy their spiritual master and subsequently feel satisfaction themselves. Prabhupada gave the example of Krishna and the gopis. When the gopis pleased Krishna in the rasa dance, Krishna smiled. And when the gopis saw Krishna smile, their happiness and beauty increased 1,000,000 times. When Krishna saw the newly increased beauty of the gopis, he became more pleased, and thus the happiness and beauty of the gopis increased even more. This loving competition increased on and on unlimitedly. Even in dealing between spiritual master and disciple, a sense of loving competition prevailed, each wanting to serve the other, neither seeking service for himself. Prabhupada was increasing the duties and responsibilities in each of his ISKCON centers, and sincere disciples were coming forward to accept those responsibilities. Thus, everyone was feeling satisfaction. This was pure devotional service. to be free from all material desires and to serve Krishna as directed by the spiritual master and the scriptures. When Prabhupada said that his disciples would become happy by serving Krishna, he spoke from his own deep realization of that ecstasy. Whenever he installed a deity in one of the temples, his ecstasy was greater than that of any of his disciples. At the Rath Yatra festival in Golden Gate Park or any public preaching function, he was the most enlivened. He, more than any of his disciples, wanted the public to come and chant and dance in the temple and see the deity of Krishna. And when they did, he was the most pleased. And if a disciple fell away, Prabhupada was most displeased. Nor was Prabhupada aloof from the details of temple management, the cost of things, how the devotees were being received in public, how each disciple was advancing. Although his disciples saw him as the most exalted Vaishnava, an intimate associate of Lord Krishna, they knew he was always available to guide them in their services. He was their leader, but he was with them. He was far above them, but he remained close to them. Only rarely did he leave them behind. As at the Los Angeles DT installation, when he began to cry, speaking directly to Krishna, Krishna, I'm most rotten and fallen, but I have brought this thing for you. Please take it. Except for such rare moments, Prabhupada's disciples saw him preaching and serving along with them. We'll discuss a little bit and read more. So every day during Mangalarati, we chant Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shringara Tanmandira Marjanadav Yuktasya Bhaktyancha Niyanjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. So the spiritual master engages his disciples in Shri Vigraharadhana, in deity worship. So, in other words, the spiritual master is giving a very raw person the ability to see Krishna face to face, ability to serve Krishna and talk to Krishna, as Srila Prabhupada was saying, that if you think here is Krishna, it's not some brass doll or idol, or it is not something which is made up of wood or paint. Actually, Krishna is here. As Srila Prabhupada, while installing the deities in Los Angeles, he was saying that, my dear Krishna, I am most rotten and fallen. Kindly accept this offering. This is actually the mode of deity worship. The devotee feels extremely fortunate to approach the deities on the order of the spiritual master, because he understands that he doesn't have qualification to approach Krishna directly, because we really don't have the required purity to approach Krishna. Krishna is served by millions of Lakshmi Devis. Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrahma Sevyamanam. In the Vaikuntha planet or in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is not served by just anyone and everyone. Even if somebody wants to serve Krishna, they would hand over those things to those who are very, very dear to Krishna, or those who are very intimate with Krishna. Even the manjaris, who are assistants to the gopis, they would not directly serve Krishna. They would give it to the gopis, and the gopis then give it to Radharani and Lalita and Vishakha, and then they will serve Krishna. So that is the etiquette. So similarly, if that is the etiquette, how is that we are able to serve Krishna directly? You may be dressing Krishna, you may be giving bath to Krishna, you may be decorating Krishna with nice flowers. We should accept that this is the greatest of good fortune that is given to me by my spiritual master. And I must serve Krishna with all my heart and soul. Then Prabhupada is saying that then Krishna will talk to you. So there were instances where deity was speaking to the devotee who was serving Krishna. So it is not that deity worship is some kind of ritual. Most of the places people don't even bother about the deity. They just worship for the sake of people, because people are. Don't take photographs like that, please. उसको बोलो ना उसको. Just see, this is how they will do. They think that it is a background. Krishna is a background. Many people take selfie taking Krishna. Some people sit in a way that they can show back to the deity. Because we don't even know who is Krishna. What is the good fortune of coming to a temple and sitting in a temple hall, hearing about Krishna. This is the greatest of good fortune. What to speak of going into the altar and serving Krishna. So that everybody cannot do. Only those who are specially chosen by the spiritual master, they get that opportunity to serve the deities. So deity worship, Prabhupada said, Sri Vigraha is a greatest opportunity for our purification. But if you don't take that way, as this is a great opportunity given by my spiritual master, that Sri Vigraha will become Galagraha. Gala means, neck. Graha means, you have a very heavy thing around your neck. You cannot walk straightly. You will have to, bend your head. Oh, this is such a burden around my neck. So Prabhupada said Sri Vigraha becomes Galagraha. If we don't see it as a great opportunity given by Krishna. So many rich people, they try to, make some temples and they don't serve. And they try to, employ someone for worshipping Krishna. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives a very nice example. A rich man, he had constructed a big palatial building, and next to him, next to that building, he just kept a small, a place for Krishna's Saligram Shila. So he installed Shaligram Shila. He employed one man for worshipping Saligram Shila. So to worship Shaligram Shila, he was giving every day bhoga. And as bhoga, he was giving, peanuts. The peanuts, not the opened peanuts, the actual, with shell. So every day he was giving bhoga. This man, the pujari, was going inside, and there was sound was coming, thak, thak, thak. So this man was thinking, this person is so nice. He's, instead of with shells offering that, he's actually opening the shells and collecting the peanuts and offering to the deity, offering to the Saligram Shila. And then after offering, he would give sometimes to a person who was engaged in deity worship. But one day he did not receive the prasad. So he thought, what is this person doing? He did not give me any prasadam today. Did he eat himself? He got a doubt. So he went inside, and through a small hole, he saw this man engaged in Saligram Shila worship. And what was that Saligram Shila worship? He was cracking the nuts with the very Saligram. He was using the Saligram to open the shell of the peanuts, and then he was eating like this. This is what was going on inside. Prabhupada said, this is what you will become if you don't have love for Krishna, if you have not taken seriously the instruction of the spiritual master to worship the deity. Instead of worshipping the deity, you are using the deity to crack the peanuts. So same way, instead of worshipping the deity, deity worship will become a show. How? Oh, many people will come because they come with some faith. They will bring some coconut or some fruit or something like that. And if I do arati, they will put some money on the plate. And this becomes my daily routine. This becomes my, you know, I will be able to lead my life with all the money that I collect. So in some temples, nobody is allowed to touch what is put on the plate. And some people steal it away. Some people put it on their, dhoti or, somewhere. Somewhere they will put it. So CC cameras are also kept in front of this. All these things are going on. Why? Because, we are using the deity for our own, selfish purposes, for leading our own life. You are not successful in doing any, work outside. So you thought that this is the easiest way to collect money. Hundreds and thousands of people at the cost of the faith of ordinary people. You have no faith yourself, but ordinary people will come and show faith and put something in the hundi. You will take it. So this is what happens when we are not properly trained. So same way, so Prabhupada is saying to his disciples, he is trying to establish deities everywhere so that his disciples will be able to engage in deity worship. Though Lord Chaitanya's method is Sankirtan. Sankirtan means chanting Hare Krishna either individually or in public with others and reading Bhagavatam, discussing Bhagavatam. That is the main process. This is called Bhagavat Vidhi. But along with Bhagavat Vidhi, Lord Chaitanya also gave Pancharatrik Vidhi. Pancharatrik Vidhi means establishing the deities, worshipping the deities very nicely. There are 7 aratis, 7 bhoga offerings every day. In this way, you are taking care of the deity very nicely, distributing prasad to all the people who are coming. So this balancing both deity worship as well as Sankirtan is what is given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the same line of Lord Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada tried to establish deities. Prabhupada was very eager. Each time in a temple, a deity is established, Prabhupada is very, very happy because a lot of people will come to see the deity. When there is a temple, so many people will come. Knowingly or unknowingly, they will come and then see Krishna. The difference between any gully temple and then the temple which is established by Acharya is that in a gully temple, depending on what you think, what is there in that, you will get that reciprocation from that particular deity. But in a temple established by Acharya like Prabhupada, even unknowingly you come to see, just like a visiting spot, some kind of what you call tourist spot or something. Yeah, selfie. Even if you take selfie with Krishna, Krishna will feel that at least instead of taking selfie with some half naked lady, this person has taken selfie with me. That is how Krishna will think. But that doesn't mean we'll allow people to take selfie. We have to warn people, sir, don't do this. Krishna is worshipable. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is worth paying obeisances. That is why when you come, the first thing that you should do, pay the obeisances to the Acharya and pay obeisances to Krishna, and then pray to Krishna that, thank you so much, Krishna, for giving me your beautiful darshan. That is how we should respond. We should be trained to come to the temple. Many people don't even know how to come to the temple. They just, park the car right in front of the deity and then get down as if some great man is coming down. The Shastra says one should not keep the car or vehicle or ratha or palanquin in front of the deity. One should go out and then get down and then come very humbly, take the chapel out, wash your hands and legs and then come inside because you are visiting a great man. This etiquette is not known to people because people don't even know. They don't want to inquire. Sir, how to come to, what is the etiquette in the temple? People don't know what is the etiquette in the temple. Just like this man has to say, the security man has to say, hey, sit down, sit down, sit down. Otherwise, people are just mobbing in front of the deity, even though there is something important that is going on, discussion going on about Krishna, how to serve Krishna, how to see Krishna. People don't consider that. They have their own business, as if nothing is going on. Some people even come and walk in front of this table also they'll come, as if nothing is going on. Many times I have seen, several times we have seen that people don't even consider that there is something important going on because they have no training. So we have to tell them, even though they may feel little, it may seem like a strong speech, but that's good for us because we will know what is the good etiquette of visiting a temple, what we should do in the temple, what we should not do. Especially when there is a Bhagavatam class going on, no sound should be made, no sound. And we find people are, right in front of, they will be talking, ha, kaha hai tum? Mobile phone going on. Such a bad etiquette. People don't even have common sense. So we have to tell them, sir, please don't do like this. Some people sleep in front of the deity like that. And especially when the pillars are there, they'll just sleep. Some people, spread their legs. Some people flirt. So many things. If you see in the deity worship standard, it is said so many points, so many things have to be taken into consideration. You can't yarn in front of the deity. You can't yell in front of the deity. You can't show show anger in front of the deity to others. All these things are offense to the deity. You can't even come with very, very multicolored clothes in front of the deity because you're trying to compete with the deity. I am more attractive than you. This may look, very, very strict, but this is what is there in Nectar of Devotion. One has to follow these standards. So Prabhupada was very happy to establish the deities so that people can come and they will inquire. Even if they don't inquire, the devotees will teach them how to be in the temple. And then they will hear Bhagavatam, then they will take Charanamrita, they'll take Prasadam, which purifies their consciousness, and slowly, slowly, they'll actually become attracted to the deity. And then they will come and say, sir, what can I do for the deity? How can I serve the deity? So many people come forward and say, oh, every day you offer nice bhoga to the deity, can I sponsor that bhoga? Every day you offer, there are temples, you'll be surprised to know, what is that temple in Gujarat? Nathwara. There is a Nathwara temple. There is Gopalji. Gopalji every day gets new dress. Every day. And to give dress to Gopalji, there is a big queue of years. Your turn will come only after years to give everyday dress. And people bring ghee. And the ghee is put in a big well. A well of ghee. Can you imagine? People have so much of, adoration to the deity. Same Lord Venkateshwara. So much faith people have to come to Lord Venkateshwara and offer different gifts. So in this way, this is the purpose of deity worship. You are establishing a direct connection with Krishna through an acharya. So we are very fortunate that, this temple, especially this temple, is established by Srila Prabhupada in 1976. And he is the one who invited the deities of Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Sri Sri Gaunithai. On Janmashtami Day 1976, he was personally present. So this is the power of Acharya inviting Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, when he established a temple in Australia, in some place, I don't remember exactly where the place is, Srila Prabhupada, with great, begging mood, he implored Krishna, my dear Krishna, I am placing you in the hands of Mlechas and Yavanas who do not know how to deal with you, who do not know how to serve you. But they are very sincere. They are trying their best to serve. So please accept their service and purify their heart and enable them to serve you better. So this was Prabhupada's request to the deities. And sure enough, After a few years, when Prabhupada came back, the deity worship standard became wonderful. And now, in one of those temples, in the same temple where Prabhupada said this, Sydney, in Sydney, the temple worship is one of the best because Prabhupada has requested Krishna to purify the devotees. Similarly, Prabhupada must have definitely done that here. My dear Krishna, there will be many people who will be coming here. Kindly give your mercy to them, purify their heart, and make them attract their hearts towards you, my dear Krishna. So that is why, whatever is there, with whatever little faith that we come here, many people on Janmashtami day only they'll come. Good. That's good. They will be bowled by Janmashtami dress, Janmashtami decoration. And then a new era will start in their life. Slowly, slowly. Many people told me, I could not take my eyes off from the deity. The decoration is so wonderful. Huh? So I thought that, okay, your devotional service started. Soon you will be attracted to the, regular service of Krishna. So this is how the spiritual personalities, they invite Krishna and give us an opportunity to serve him. Shastra says you have to be very, very pure to serve Krishna. So one has to take Brahman Diksha. First Harinam Diksha and then Brahman Diksha, and then one should be trained in puja by an expert trainer. Harinam Diksha is, it will purify our consciousness. When we regularly chant Hare Krishna, it will purify our consciousness. And that purification is not sufficient. So you have to chant the Vedic mantras. So Gayatri mantra is given. Janmajayate Sudraha Samskaryat Bhavati Dvijaha Veda Pata Bhaved Vipraha Brahma Jnanayati Brahmanaha. So to actually become a Brahmana, one should know Brahma Jnana. So all these things are given by the spiritual master, and slowly, slowly, when we become purified, then one can go into the altar and worship Krishna. It's a great, great privilege to worship Krishna, to touch Krishna, to decorate Krishna. Great, great privilege. So, Srila Prabhupada is establishing the deities all around in the West, and then Prabhupada is happy to see many people coming and having darshan. That is why Prabhupada established many festivals. He was so happy whenever there is a Radhayatra festival. In Radhayatra festival, hundreds and thousands of people participate in Radhayatra festival. We have seen in Hyderabad, we are going to have Radhayatra, 45th Radhayatra in July 6th or something. 7th, July 7th, Radhayatra. Unknowingly you will find a big, huge police force. So they are also engaged in Jagannath service. Shopkeepers would come and passers-by will come and they see what is going on. They would have never seen, except political processions, they would have never seen a Lord is being taken in a big chariot and people are singing very enthusiastically. Prasadam is being distributed. We have seen in Radhayatra somewhere, some seventh floor, sixth floor, our devotees will throw prasadam like this, and that fellow will catch like this. So it is such a great opportunity, and in the whole life, probably they must have not received something like that. But that one prasadam which is thrown from a devotee will change his life. I'm sure, I always get this feeling. When you become an organizer of Radhayatra, you are actually, doing kirtan in Radhayatra, pulling the cart, pulling the rope. Probably you are one of the recipient like that in the previous life or in this life itself, and then you turn out to be like this. And then maybe after that you may decorate the deity of Jagannath. That may be next stage. Who knows? So, this is the vision of great acharyas, to give mercy, because Krishna wanted to give mercy to everyone. So he comes through the medium of acharyas. So acharyas, bring the deity to this world. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhutaha. Krishna is actually in Goloka, but Krishna is brought to this world by the desire of the Acharya. When Advaita Acharya was praying to Lord Chaitanya for his descent, he was worshipping the Saligram Sila with tulasi leaves and Ganges water, and he was chanting with such intensity that Lord Chaitanya heard the cries of Advaita Acharya. It is said that Advaita Acharya's cries, they have penetrated through all the different planets, and they have penetrated through the Brahmajyoti and penetrated through all the Vaikuntha lokas and went into the ear of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya compelled to come from that place to descend in Navdeep. So this is actually the truth. Only a devotee can invite, a pure devotee can invite Krishna. You say, Krishna, come here. Krishna will not come. Krishna is not your order supplier, order carrier. Hey, Krishna, come. Like some people say, oh, you are saying Krishna is there. Can you show me Krishna? He demands, I want to see Krishna. You want to see Krishna? Do you have eyes to see Krishna? Right in front of you, Krishna is there. You are not able to see Krishna. What will you see Krishna? So this demand, by demand Krishna will not come. By love Krishna will come. Premanjuna churita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hrudayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Some people ask Prabhupada, Swamiji, have you seen Krishna? Prabhupada's answer, every moment I am seeing Krishna. Every moment I am seeing Krishna. This is how he sees Krishna, Premanjuna, because he is anointed his eyes with love for Krishna, Prema. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena. Santa, sadaiva, always. Hrudayeshu vilokayanti. He sees Krishna in his heart always. So Prabhupada is trying to give that opportunity to all of us by establishing the deities so that we can somehow or the other do some service to the deity and get the mercy of the deity and get our heart purified and be able to see Krishna face to face. One day you will be able to see Krishna face to face. Talk to Krishna. Embrace Krishna. So I'll close with one pastime. There is one devotee called Gopakumar. So Gopakumar, he wanted to see Krishna. So he was trying to find out where Krishna is. So he came to know that Krishna is there in Goloka Vrindavan. So then he crossed one after the other planets and then went beyond Brahmajyoti and then went beyond all the Vaikuntha lokas and entered in the afternoon to Goloka Vrindavan. So when he entered in the afternoon, he was looking for Krishna. So some of the ladies told that Krishna and his friends, they went to graze the cows. They will not come now. So he was waiting and waiting and waiting to see Krishna, when the evening will be and when Krishna will come. So then the evening approached. When the evening approached, there was a huge dust storm like kind of a thing. Because Krishna takes 10 lakh cows with his friends. So all the 10 lakh cows and Krishna and his friends, they were returning from Vrindavan, and Vrindavan is a dusty place. So there was a huge dust. Then the residents of Vrindavan told this Gopakumar, hey, Krishna and his friends are coming with the cows. Oh, so he was very, very eager. And first dust came, and then dust settled down. And then he saw Krishna, Balaram, and all the other Gopabalas were coming. He was so excited to see Krishna because he heard about Krishna, he worshipped Krishna, but this is the first time he is going to see Krishna, face to face. So he just went running in front of Krishna. And to his surprise, he saw that Krishna was also running. He thought maybe Krishna is running for somebody, but then he realized that Krishna came for him only. Then he went further. Then Krishna came further. And Krishna embraced him. And there were tears in Krishna's eyes. And Krishna said, "Where were you all this time?" Krishna asked this boy. The Gopakumar was very much surprised, pleasantly surprised. He thought, will Krishna recognize me? Was his feeling. But not only Krishna recognized him, Krishna asked him, where were you all these days? Why did you delay to come to me? This was Krishna's expression. And this Gopakumar is not only a person who is not known to us. Actually, he is symbolic representation of each one of us. If each one of us go back to Krishna in the spiritual world, and then surprisingly to see Krishna, Krishna will ask this question to us. Where were you all these days? My dear child, my dear friend. This is what Krishna is going to ask. He is going to embrace. Even we, before we try to embrace Krishna, Krishna will embrace us, and there will be tears from Krishna's eyes. And he will ask us, where were you all these days? Then we'll have our head put down in shame. I was doing a little sense gratification all over the universes. थोड़ा बुद्धि आया है, अभी आया हूँ. Right? But Krishna will be happy with that. So that scene you remember if you worship the deity. If you do all these things properly, that scene will come to you one day, definitely. That is what Srila Prabhupada is trying to do here. Establish the deities all around and give very ordinary people opportunity to see Krishna and be embraced by Krishna. Thank you all very much. Are there any questions anybody has? If there are. Looks like everybody is satisfied. Huh? You have something? Pucho.
Hare Krishna. In 15.6 it is said that Nadat bhashyate suryo na sasanko na pavaka yadgatva nivartante tadhama parama mama. So like my understanding was if there Krishna says that from my effulgence we don't need any sun or moon or electricity or fire. Then little confused like how morning or afternoon is happening like my understanding was it will be same throughout the day or like.
If they feel boring, there will be night. Understand? Everything happens by the will of Krishna. Here everything happens by force. Suppose you are a little bored by sun, you cannot say, hey moon, come on. Moon will not come. You understand? But if Krishna says like that in the Goloka Vrindavan, night can happen, the day can happen, night like that. So there everything is happening by the will and wish of Krishna. Here also it happens by will and wish of Krishna, but not by our will and wish. See, we are two mechanical people. Mechanical people always think that everything is controlled by a machine. Morning, sunshine. So you put on the sun button, push, then sun will come. Then after some time you push the moon button and the moon will come. Everything will happen like machine, we think, because our educational system is a very mechanical kind of educational system. We learn by Baizu app. Our whole learning is about by apps only, na? Persons are gone. So what will happen to such a person after some time? He thinks that everything is happening by chance. Everything is happening by, some click of a button or something. It doesn't happen like that. In spiritual world, some of the most miraculous things happen. By the combined desire of devotees and Krishna, some of the most miraculous things happen, which we cannot even conceive here. All right? Anything else? Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Lilamritam ki jai.